Okay, so next up in the sort of adventures Kickstarter stuff, and the unboxing thereof, is looking at how some of these models look when assembled, and in this case we're looking at basically putting together all the stuff that isn't in one of the BAKS boxes, the backs boxes. So that's going to be the remainders of stuff like these Taurus Ravagers, Feathered Serpents, as you see here, and then we'll quickly put on the Cursed Eternals and Valkyries and the Jadaran stuff. So yeah, so Taurus Ravagers first, these two on over here on the left, and then the Feathered Serpent on the right. I put out two of the Taurus Ravagers because one of the things with these is that you can change the position of both their head and their wings to get some quite very different poses out of them, as you can see with these two. I'll take them around in a moment, but yeah, you can get a decent range of poses on those. The Feathered Serpent's much more restrictive. They are all exactly like that. There is no freedom of movement there. Basically, you put the wings on and that's it. I mean, these are all primed, so some of the gaps are filled in a bit with primer, but you use the wings attached to the body, and there you go, and that's it, done. Things to notice about these as well is because they're sort of very sort of narrow attachment points at the bottom to help represent the fact that they're flying. They've got the slotted base type, so the bases you get, the plastic bases you get with them are standard, have a slot in them to put in, so they give them that little bit of rigidity. For me, I'm going to have to be removing that when I put them on these transparent bases later. I'll need to remove that slot and just put them directly to that, and pray that the plastic glue is good enough. So yeah, just going to rotate these around a bit so we can see various different side angles of them. There you go, you can now see the Feathered Serpent actually looking at you and screaming at you, side on for the Taurus, and then quickly turn them around to look at the other side. There you go. So hopefully you'll be able to feel for what they look like. Yeah, I mean, these are normal size enemies, so in a moment when I put some of the other ones on, you'll see how they sort of stun size wise. So yeah, there you go, that's the Taurus Ravagers and a Feathered Serpent. Quickly take them away. Next up, we'll get out the Cursed Eternals. So there's two of those, a male and a female. Here they go. There's your two sort of Cursed Eternals. So, I mean, this one saying she's got her sort of over the shoulder look, which we'll look at in a moment when we turn around. There's him, they've both got their sort of weird flaming swords and their bottle of water that keeps them alive. So if we turn them around, there we go, starting to sort of more see her face on, although she's still kind of looking that way, which looks like a very unnatural pose to me, but okay, sure, it's what you're working with. So there we go, she's now looking that way. So turn around again. There you go. So that's basically them from all angles. So they're a hero pack. You get those two in it, and you can then use them as a hero with the rest of your posse. They sort of mix with the Conquistadors a bit, but they don't give you any extra team powers. But I believe they can actually use the team powers because they're badged as Conquistadors. Okay, so take them away. Next up is the Valkyries. So we've got two Valkyries. As previously mentioned, obviously no gender swap on these, that would be stupid. And they don't mix as well, because I don't believe they count as Vikings, so you can't use the team abilities with them. But yeah, so you've got, I think it's the Shield Bearer and the Avenger, I think are the two names of them. But yeah, this one's your heavily armoured one with a shield and a spear. This one's got a spear and a basically lighter armour load out and a sword. So yeah, we'll turn them around. There you go, that's them. So that's again another hero pack that you can add in, and you can play them as heroes to your party. I mean, realistically, if you have only one of the, so you only have the Viking set, that's a better way to get up to 5 or 6 players than simply reusing the same heroes again. But lots of us by now have loads and loads of heroes, so not really an issue. Speaking of which, we get the stuff from the Jadaran Strike Team. There's 5 models in that. So we'll put them out. There you go. There's the 5 models from the Saran Sight team. All can be used as heroes if you're in the Tridaren game. I suppose you could mix it with other ones, but it seems a bit odd thematically because generally Tridarans are the bad guys. I suppose there's nothing stopping you doing it. So 4 actual classes. We've got the Heavy Weapon Specialist. That I believe is the female sergeant, the male sergeant, the scout I think it is, and the specialist. That's the 5 you've got there. And again, we're going to do a turnaround on those, all in fairly dynamic poses. And then we'll turn around a bit more. And then one last time. And there you go. So that's the Tridaren box. They can be either used as enemies or as you can use them as heroes. Right, and that's it. That's all the stuff that's not in one of the sort of BAKS boxes or isn't one of the larger ones. I haven't bothered putting up the larger ones here because they've got their own videos on assembly. So yeah, next we'll have a look at what is Bax 1, the smaller of the 2 boxes, which I think was what the Wolf level of pledge, I think it was. There's a few large, not extra large or very extra large, which have the videos, but 2 large and a few smaller ones in there, plus the alt art, sort of gender models of the heroes. So there we go. That'll be the next video in a moment.